Hey. It's your pal Rory here for another Aw Man live stream, podcast, whatever it is. I don't even know what it is I actually do. At awman.net. And that was Egg Idiot that we just heard. Just out on April 30th through Phantom Records. The record itself is called Best of LOL, and the song I played, I believe it is named, Cough Up. Cough Up. And I cut off the final coughs when I put in my background music, but you get the idea. So that seems like an appropriate way to start off the show. I might have some coughing to do myself a little bit later, since it's like getting stuck out in the rain so much these days. The weather's been really weird here in Prague and elsewhere in the Czech Republic. I'm sure I have more exciting things to tell you than that, though. What else? I got lots of Bandcamp finds for you. Zach will be by for I'm Allowed at the halfway point, as always. And it kind of pains me to say it, but it's something I definitely want to do, is a tribute to the late, great Steve Albini, who I am tremendously saddened by the passing of. He was just the fucking tops. So I absolutely had to do something to tip my hat to the man. So that'll be up a little bit later. What else? Since Shellac's new record, Speaking of Steve, came out on May 17th, well, I'll not only play a song from that, but since it's called To All Trains, I thought I would do another set of songs related to trains to come later in the show. Also got Prague show announcements, that kind of malarkey. That might very well be everything. We'll see. I guess I'll move along to what I have immediately next to play for you, and that is new music by TERMINATor. The EP they just put out is called Church Music. It was released on May 3rd, and like everything that I've heard by them, it's fantastic. So I'll post the Bandcamp link a bit later, or if you're really itching to listen to more already and you don't want to listen to the show, then go to terminator69.bandcamp.com and you'll find it there. I feel like there's something else I need to say, but I don't know what it is. I'm a little thrown off here. It's been a really busy few days because, I guess that has something to do with it. On Friday, it was like the last Aw Man concert in Prague for a little while, not permanently, and that was with YS and Napeneck and Atoll, and then Napeneck and Atoll played with my band Alpha Strategy in Olomouc here in the Czech Republic yesterday, and so that was with a whole whack of other bands as part of like the Hlubina festival that they did in an open air cinema. That was pretty cool. Also played there Lebanon and Atomic Candy Creeps and Wreck, and then good old Linda did a DJ set afterwards. So it was a fine time. And then I got back very late or very early in the morning, whatever, late in the night, early in the morning, and tried to sleep to the best of my ability and slap together a show for your edification. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, here's Terminator. Tell Me Your News is the song. I guess I just told you my news.
Train to document the good angles that don't exist, and through the drug of nostalgia, inconsolable longing and despair for
You can hear now a noise probably in the background, which is a toad, which is probably mating. And that's what I like about them.
new, or what am I trying to do here? Okay. Yeah, I just found that band on Bandcamp. Championne Mondiale, and the song Schl in Provence. That's from an EP they put out on May 21st. As a self-release thing, and you can listen on Bandcamp. They're based out of Dusseldorf, Germany. What did I play before that? Let's see here. Blushing before that, the kind of shoegazy cool thing. Tamagotchi is the name of the song. That's taken from their new album Sugarcoat, put out by Kanine Records. Did find a few more sort of like shoegazy type stuff, or a few more shoegazy songs or whatever than normal. I didn't have as much time to dig through the shoegaze tags on Bandcamp in the last show, so I had like a backlog. So I think like almost every set of songs has a shoegaze song, which is not a bad thing. Played before that with the sort of like silly lion introduction. Sammy and the Five Notes, The Lion is Awake, from 1962 single through Lucky 4 Records. There was also, out of Barcelona, Spain, Ultramega, a new song from a new EP, EP2 it's called. They put out one last year, known as EP1, actually. And then I played Le Homme dels Crepuscles al Cap, and that was put out by Humo Internacional. And then, of course, started, as I mentioned, with Terminator, Tell Me Your News, from their new church music EP. And, yeah, I don't even know how to really segue into this, but, yeah, I guess I plan to do the tribute to Steve Albini at this point, and for some people who might not be aware, I was fortunate enough to work with Steve on, to have him as engineer for 3 records that my band Alpha Strategy and I did from 2016 up until most recently. Well, I guess, 2016, 2018, 2022. And there's so many things I could say about Steve, and I don't even know where to start. And I guess I'm definitely going to say I'm going to miss him a lot. I had just always factored it in as the plan for the next Alpha Strategy record would be to go back to electrical audio and work with him again, and the guys and I were just set on that as an idea. So, I don't know what we'll do instead, and it will probably be some time before I decide on that, and the guys and I decide on that, I should say. But he's definitely going to be missed as he already is. And in addition to being a great engineer, of course, songwriter, musician with Shellac and Big Black, and lots more, journalist and even photographer. There was I think it was a picture of Merle Haggard from like way back. That somebody had posted in a Facebook group that I'm in that apparently Steve had taken. So, I mean, that was probably like early 80s or something, I think, when he was still working for a newspaper at that point. So that was pretty far back. But, yeah, he just had his hands in so many things. He was a poker player. he actually did really well with that. You can read about it. What else? He was into grown vegetables, liked to cook really well, and was a good hand at it, apparently. He's just so many things. And he was absolutely one of the wittiest people I've ever met. He could just spin anything around into a joke, and he was just constantly cracking jokes off. So he was a lot of fun to just be around and talk to, and just knew about so many cool things too, and participated in so much over the years. So you could ask him about this band or that band for his opinion, and even if you didn't agree on whatever, like for example, he was not a fan of the Gun Club, who I really love, but it was still interesting to hear his take on it. He said that he kind of felt like they're sort of just frat boys that kind of co-opted a scene when we were talking to him about that. And, even though I think he kind of mellowed out in years, he'd still, even with me, and not that, like, I'd say we're super buddy-buddy, but, he was, like, friendly with us, and I'd like to say I consider him a friend. I hope he would have thought of me in a similar light. But in 2016, we were talking about how, because there wasn't, like, a proper Alpha Strategy release where we all played live on the thing like a normal band. The album before that was kind of wonky. And we were just telling Steve, oh yeah, we really want to get this thing out. We're going to put it on tape immediately and blah, blah, blah. And he just kind of made fun of us for like being in such a hurry to put it out and put it on tape because it's a medium that's just like a lossy format and not a lot of people have tape players and, tapes degrade over time, like cassette tapes. So it just didn't make a whole lot of sense to go through all this trouble and put it out on the tape. So I don't know, maybe one of these days we'll put that out on vinyl. I don't know. But, it's I appreciate how he could be honest about things, even if it wasn't always something you necessarily wanted to hear. But, like, working with him, he was still great insofar as he could offer suggestions about stuff for the record. And if he said, well, what do you think about trying this idea? And, I mean, usually we would want to go along with whatever he suggested. But there might have been the occasional time where we'd say, oh, I don't know, we're kind of happy with it as it is or whatever, or we want to try something different. And he'd take no offense to it at all. He'd just be like, oh, okay, all right, we'll go your way on it. So, he didn't have, like, the sort of really silly producer vibe that I think he was not at all interested in explicitly stating that, but it's not even something that he would partake in casually. It's like he definitely wanted to help bands make the record that they wanted to make, and he wanted to leverage all of his expertise and equipment and just the space of electrical audio to make sure that was going to happen. Just to really give it his best within the time and budget allocated. And, again, as is well known about Steve, the budget, his rates for working with him are very, very reasonable considering who he is and the quality of the recording you're going to get. You could work with other people who charge you a lot more and end up with something far inferior. So he was definitely somebody out to try and, help bands, independent bands in particular, in quite a few ways. So that all that stuff I just said is totally just off the top of my head, and I guess the point I want to hammer home is we lost a great guy in with Steve being gone. So as I've said a few times before, thank you, Steve, wherever you are, and we'll keep it on. It's my friend James from the band Practice Wife said that. I don't know if it was when he recorded with Steve or he just heard about this, but there was an engineer who Steve was friendly with who had passed on during a session, and Steve just kept going ahead with it. He didn't let it get in the way. So I think there's a lot of wisdom that Steve has sort of like imparted through interviews and just like what he was up to. So there's so many things you can read or videos you can watch. I still think there's a lot of things that can be gleaned from all the stuff he was talking about. So that's one thing I'm going to try and brush up on, make sure I didn't miss anything cool over the years that he had been recorded as saying on maybe YouTube it's posted or the transcript or magazine interview or something somewhere. So there's still tons of that stuff because he was all about that to just share his mind on things. But that's enough of me rambling anyway. And if you're not super well versed in what Steve's activities were, then the Wikipedia page on him is a great start too. There's a lot on him there. And even a link to, like on Discogs, all the bands he's worked with over the years. So I'm going to start, and maybe this kind of continues in just sort of like a little bit of a self-indulgent vein, me rambling a bit. But in 2022, the Alpha Strategy guys and I went to go see Shellac in Berlin. And that was a really great trip, not only just for Shellac, who were phenomenal as they were when I seen them in Toronto way back in like 2009, I think, or 2008. But that ended up being a really great couple of days because we decided to play in Berlin that weekend too, and then we ended up meeting a bunch of people who I've done concerts for since or just kept in touch with, like Kava or Isoscope or Era Lil Yoon and just, other people who were at that show we did, and it was a really great night. So it's just like another one of these things that it's like, we were so motivated to go see Shellac because we all loved their music so much, and then as a byproduct of that, we weren't going to do a show in Berlin if it hadn't been for the Shellac show. Then it kind of, led to all these other things. So it's like all the sort of indirect stuff that you get sometimes for just, being able to enjoy a band's music and kind of partake in what they're up to. So it's another thing I got to tip my hat for there. And not just that instance, that's just like one example. So I'll start it off with a recording that Andra did, Andra being the bass player and my friend in Alpha Strategy, of Squirrel song, for considering it was done on his phone just like in the middle of the crowd and without any real preparation. I think the recording turned out pretty nicely. And it's not anything amazing. It's not a soundboard recording, and the vocals are kind of low in the song, especially because the vocals aren't especially high in the studio recording anyway, for a lot of the song. But I've always really enjoyed this particular little ditty, so I thought it would be good to kick off the tribute set with, and I'll include a few things that Steve had recorded, a couple of other things that Steve had played on, and then a segment from an interview I did with Steve when I was last at Electrical Audio in 2022. The full audio and transcript of that, if you're interested, I'll post a link to it later, but it can be found on the website helicherry.com. So they were kind enough to put the whole thing up there. This only is going to run for like 20 minutes. I could have easily done a whole show just dedicated to what Steve's been up to, but I think it's better to pick out a few highlights and then you can dig into something yourself if you haven't already. So yeah, I guess that rounds it out. I'll get to Squirrel Song by Shellac live in Berlin from May 26, 2022.
Thank you very much. We're very happy to see you. Song. Tell me about a bust out lion.
Oh yeah, somebody asked me to ask you, do you have any unrealized dreams? And further to that point, are there items that you've not been able to get to, like as long-term projects that you're having?
That gets into a larger philosophical question. It's the sort of the notion of goals versus the notion of a process, right? So I've never had goals in my life. There's never been anything that I've wanted to do or wanted to accomplish. I've essentially always operated on the basis of having a practice or having a process. And whatever the results of that are, I'm content with, because like the practice and the process are sound in my mind. So like when my band is working on songs, we're not trying to write a hit. Like we're not trying to make a million-selling smash. We're trying to make music that's interesting to us and that's engaging to play, and that when we play it live, we're invigorated by it, right? I honestly, I genuinely don't give a fiddler's fuck if anybody else likes it. It's nice when other people like it and get involved with your band and engage you in this way, like you're communicating with them. That's great. It's rewarding and I like it, right? But we're not doing it for them, you know? And it's exactly the same with running the studio. Like, I have an idea in my mind about how a studio or any business should operate in a sort of an equitable way, where the people that work here and our clients that come here feel like they're getting treated decently. Like, the people that work here are working under good conditions. I'm paying everybody as much as I can. I make life as easy on everybody that works here as I can. Make sure that everybody like feels empowered to make decisions about their work environment and their work life, so that they're not being like bossed around by somebody else. Like I try to do all of those things because I think that that's an ethically sound practice, right? If the company survives, that's great. If we make a profit, that's great. But we're not doing it to make a profit. We're not doing it as an enterprise that's generating money. it's lovely when we make money. Don't get me wrong. I love it when we don't have to worry about making payroll or anything, but that's not why we're doing it. And it's exactly the same with with anything else that I do. Like I'm involved in a process, or I execute a practice that I think is sound and that I think is honorable and that is engaging to me and keeps me in the moment of whatever it is that I'm doing, right? The results of that are out of my hands, and I don't really evaluate my success or failure based on the results. An obvious example is I'm a poker player, right? And I compete in tournaments every year at the World Series of Poker. I've won 2 events at the World Series of Poker. I have 2 World Series of Poker bracelets. Now those are considered pretty big accomplishments, but it never crossed my mind that I would ever win a bracelet. Like, it would never even occur to me that I would be a bracelet winning World Series of Poker champion. I'm just trying to play correctly. I'm just trying to make good decisions on every street. I'm trying to make as much money as I can, and I'm trying to get better over time. Like, that's the role of poker in my life. That the game is that it engages me. It engages a part of my brain that I don't use otherwise, and I'm trying to get better at it, and I want to make as much money as I can in the process. Like that, poker might be the only thing in my life that I do primarily for the money. Yeah. Like, I find poker an engaging game. Like, it's really, it's endlessly fascinating to me, the way the game works, and the not so much the culture of poker players, but the evolution of the game, like the way different games, different forms of poker have prominence over time, different styles of play are successful over time, like, that sort of thing. That sort of stuff is fascinating to me, and just the mechanics of each individual game require you to recalibrate your behavior and do things in a different way. Every time there's a new game introduced, you have to break it down and figure out how to attack it. And so I find it fascinating and stimulating and rewarding, and the money has been good. So I'm like, all of that stuff is great, but I don't think of it in terms of what I would like to accomplish in poker. I don't give a fuck what I accomplish in poker. I'm doing it in a way that I think will earn me the most money, and also keep me engaged in a productive way. So having said that, I don't ever have goals and I don't have ambitions or anything. That plays into a larger part of my psychology, which is that I don't fantasize about things that are that I might like to do someday. Like, I can plot out an aspect of my life that I might try to execute, but it's not with the sense that that's an ambition really of mine. It's just well, it could go that way,
This is
inflatable. Scabby the rat makes the whole room pregnant. Scabby the rat, pow, you're pregnant. Scabby the rat does not fear death. Scabby the rat is one Rob Wormowski. Scabby the rat, that means he's immortal. Scabby the rat.
Okay, that's the tribute to Steve Albini. To end it with Scabby the Rat from the new Shellac album, To All Trains, out on Touch and Go. And actually, speaking of Wikipedia, if you're wondering what Scabby the Rat is in reference to, there's a Wikipedia page about Scabby the Rat, not the song, but what Scabby the Rat is, which is this gigantic inflatable rat that is in various incarnations used for union protests and stuff like that. So anyway, if you want to have some additional information. So that came out May 17th. What else did I play? So one of the things that Steve engineered that I'm really fond of, Cocaine Piss, Poor Decisions, from Passionate and Tragic, put out in 2019 by Tartarus Records. Then before that, it was, as I mentioned, the interview segment, just a portion of a longer interview that I did with Steve when I was at Electrical in 2022. Had to play something by the Jesus Lizard, and in particular from Goat, which is like one of the best records ever. And, you know, just the fact that Steve was involved in that really just drives the whole thing home. So it's just such a solid album all around. So I played Seasick, that came out in 1991, also through Touch and Go. Big Black, Fish Fry before that, from Songs About Fucking from 1987 through Touch and Go. Decibelles, SPM, from their LP Rock Francais, as released in 2019 through Def Rock and Taken by Surprise, those two labels. And I never did get to see them live. I was pretty fond of their music too. I think two of the members of Decibelles went on to another group, Inri Mons, who also played when I seen Shellac in Berlin. I never really got their music quite so much. I mean, they're okay, but I know Steve was a really big fan of Inri Mons as well. And yeah, to start from Berlin, the live recording of Squirrel Song by Shellac. Okay, so, wow, I'm getting pretty close to when I got to talk to Zach, actually. It's like 4 minutes from now. So I'm going to get into show announcements for Prague.
Pertaining to shows, I want the stars that's going to be in the Coliseum, that's going to make the people sway and rock and clap their hands to the beat and get up and dance in an area that will be big enough for them to do it in.
Okay, I'm sending a message to Zach. Fine for me to call you in 5 minutes. I'm sure you really also wanted to know exactly what I said to him. So, yeah, okay. Oh, so yeah, Prague show announcements. I'm so mixed up here. Oh, where is that? Yeah, I was actually trying to find more just now too, since I started the show today, because I'd looked earlier in the week and it wasn't like a whole ton, and I thought maybe there could be some other ones, but not so far. May 28th, Patole and Vita at Kashtan. There's also sort of like a semi-secret Patole show on June 1st, so, inquire if you are so inclined. I still didn't see... Whoop! I didn't want to play that yet. I didn't see anything published about it online yet. On June 2nd, Hot House, Please the Trees, and Tear at Bike Jesus. June 7th, Hever, Grunt, EPique, and Mundaki DJ at Underdogs. June 20th, also at Underdogs, Dragon H Fest with Judy and the Jerks and a whole bunch of more bands. And then again at Underdogs, Parnapar and Exec on June 25th. Next Amen live stream should be on June 29th, I think. And if I find any more shows, there's a couple more places I was going to look online. I'll post them on the replay and all that junk, the show listing thing that I usually do. And then there's also a new one of those in Crotch Magazine, too, so try and grab your copy if you're around Prague. And then speaking of shows, well, not just pertaining to Prague, but also pertaining to Ostrava, where I was in Olomouc last night, got to see some of the Ostrava crew, including Linda, who has a very special message, and Kavan as well as sort of a cameo. So here we go.
I'm going to go.
I know if I'm able to do it.
I have to look at the lineup also.
Yeah.
I would be like a really broken memory man.
I hope it's already on. Is it? Yeah, great.
It's already on. Yeah.
Okay, great. So what am I supposed to do? Just tell me.
Yep.
Say something.
You have a very important announcement to make.
Oh, man! This is a very important announcement. I would like to invite everyone, all of the listeners of this great Amen podcast, to our very great festival called Břeh. Can you also say the name?
Břeh.
Great. Which is happening in Ostrava on Saturday, the 15th of, July? Yeah, July. And here's the lineup that we have so far. Our very favorite band. Go ahead and say it.
Bukti Nusa.
Yeah. Then we have Bunkerer from Olomouc, Gra from Ireland, Hever, Klara Voden, Pohroma from Slovakia, Rider the Eagle, which is a French guy, and Punk Tales are going to be coming to talk about punk. Tales about punk. And there's also one spot that we are going to announce soon. That's it. Thank you.
Please come.
So, it's funny, there was like 4 of us standing around, or 5 of us standing around when we did that recording, and we all thought that Linda had said June instead of July. We were all convinced of that, but she does say July in the recording, and that is incorrect. The festival, it is on June 15th, so, yeah, we all stand corrected on that. Meanwhile, Zach responded to my message and says, I have a surprise, and the word surprise is in capital letters, so I think we better get talking to him.
I hope I keep my mailman called Mr. Mac away from Zach.
My name is Meg and I'm scared of Zach.
Hey, buddy. Can you hear me? You're very quiet if you're saying anything at all. No answer. Okay, well, I guess that's why he's not saying anything. Now he's calling me back, but I can't. Oh, boy. Okay, this is going to get rough. I'll try and call him again. Hey, buddy.
Whoa, Mayor, are you there?
I sure am.
Can you hear me, Mayor?
I can, loud and clear.
Calling out. Hey, buddy, I have a real surprise for you.
Yeah, I'm very interested.
I'm here working on an album with a full band, and I think what if we played a track and got some really terrible audio?
I think
Wouldn't that
is.
be nuts?
Whoa, okay. Speaking of terrible audio, nah, this fucking thing just queued up and played on its own here. So as soon as you finished saying terrible audio, that happened.
What happened?
There was just like the thing that I play when I finish talking to you. Like the outroduction, you could say, that automatically just played. So
yeah, well, we've got a good start on it then already.
We do. Yep, everything's just moving along like it should. So to answer your question,
I want to introduce the band, and then we'll play a track, and we'll call it a day. We'll call it a short one today. What do you say about that, Mayor?
I think that's a delightful idea.
All right, Europe. So we have Nick Weckman on trombone. We got Ben Turner on drums. We got Caleb Miller on accordion. We got Carolyn Klein on violin. And we got Drew Sherrick on stand-up bass. And your humble narrator on guitar and vocals. And this is a little track called The Gospel of Cain.
Let's hear it.
Bloated German Shepherd in the rail yard flowers. We turn up our nose at what the worm devours. Shadows in the forest chant an ancient curse. All crouching in a circle, arcane and perverse. Gypsy in the alley with the knife in his throat. I guess that some rats sinking, some rats float. A train coming from the north, and he's bringing the rain. All in a husband book called The Gospel of Cain. He carved her name in the dogwood bark. Back the doors in your barn in the dark. Tell you a secret you don't want to believe. There's a bottle that's open out of an eve. Time to sun, the body's gone. Out of drown around in the dawn. And he's bringing a book called The Gospel of Cain. Where did he come from and where will he go? Are there truths too profane or sacred to know? Against the doorway under darkened sky, and all of a sudden river goes to do his ride. God standing in the garden, 1,000 miles there. God watching dry blood from his lungs in the air. Rain from the road, rain, rain, book called The Gospel of Cain. How about that, Mayor?
Bravo.
You ever heard anything like that before in your whole life?
I don't think so. That was a real killer one, I gotta say. Man, I'm looking forward to hearing the recorded version. Like, send that over once you got it ready to go.
I surely will, my friend. I surely will. Yeah, hopefully we put the finishing touches on this bad boy today, and I'm going to put you on speaker again and have everybody just say hello. How about that?
Great idea. Hey, gang.
Hey.
Well, it sounded good here, even over a crappy audio connection. So I tip my hat to you guys.
We got a real quorum here, Hinster. We got what we call a wrecking crew here.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it.
All right, buddy, we're going to go ahead and get back to recording. But as always, my friend, it's a real thrill to be on here, and as you know, I'll be seeing you.
You bet. Be seeing you, buddy. Good luck with the recording.
All right, see you later.
Bye, guys.
Don't turn your back on Jack. Watch out for Zack. Wee, wee, wobble, wee, wee, wobble.
And I'm not kidding you when I say that was as much of a surprise for me as it was for you. I had no idea Zach was going to do that. So, and I think it actually sounded like half decent. It wasn't like, I'm not getting the mix from the board or something, but yeah, I'm pretty darn impressed. So, what a great surprise. I'm going to move on to what I was talking about, which is the sort of like the train set. Number 2, because I did one of these like a few years ago of songs all pertaining to trains in one way or another. And it's sort of like to connect with Shellac's new record, 2 All Trains. So start it with the Galaxies. 615 is the name of this one.
Station. You were my new inspiration. It was a foggy and cold night. Someone turned up the only light, and I know I had to miss. The man who was waiting for me. Could I leave him? Yes, I can. I had to set him free. Should I go home again? No, 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 no. Last train to Liverpool. Last train to Liverpool. Last train to Liverpool. I know I had to leave. Last train to Liverpool. Oh, last train. Last train. Oh, last train. Last train. Oh, last train to Liverpool.
Night train, she took that night train. Oh, long train, driving me insane. My baby's gone away, she said she's gonna stay. Night train, for forever and for always. Through the dark nights and the long days. Well, I'll wait patiently until she come back to me. Night train. Well, slammed that door right in my face. She said, I never want to hear your name or see your doggone face. Night train, night train, long, long train driving me insane. Well, I'm begging on my knees, oh, won't she come back, please, night train. Baby left, she slammed that door right in my face. She said, I never want to hear your name or see your doggone face. Night train, night train, long, long train driving me insane. Well, I'm begging on my knees, oh, won't she come back, please? Night train, night train.
Train, met a dame, was a hipster and a real gone dame. Well, the train got the rolling, well, the train got the moving, well, the heave and the hole, but I just couldn't let her go. Well, the train got the rolling, yes, the train got the moving, well, the train got the rolling, yes, the train kept a moving. Well, the heave and the hole, but I just couldn't let her go. Made her stop out Kentucky. Must have thought I was a real gone jug. I got off the train out Paso. Mother was a fine jack, couldn't let her go. Well, the train got the rolling. Yes, the train got the moving. Well, the heave and the hole, but I just couldn't let her go. Kentucky, must have thought I was a real gone jug. I got off the train out Paso. Mother was a fine jack, couldn't let her go. Well, the train got the rolling, yes, the train got the moving. Well, the heave and the hole, but I just couldn't let her go. Get along, sweet little woman, get along, baby, on your way, get along. Sweet little woman, get along. Better be on your way. Well, the heave and the hole, but I just couldn't let her go, 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 go. Oh!
sea, the trains and the boats and planes will bring you back home to me. Trains and boats and planes took you away, but every time I see them I pray, and if my prayer can cross the sea, the trains and the boats and planes will bring you back home to me.
Waiting at the depot, standing on the dock. My baby's coming home on the 10 o'clock. There come the train, choo choo. Here comes the train, choo choo. I see the train, where you ain't hanging out the window, waving strong. Something's wrong. Here come the train, choo choo. Here come the train, choo choo. I see the train, where you my baby ain't a boy, you better go on back. Just got a wire in the evening mail, says she coming on home and she be riding Israel. Here come the train, choo choo. Here come the train, choo choo. I see the train, where you when you coming home. Will, baby, when you coming home. Will, baby, when you all alone. Choo choo, choo choo, choo choo.
That's the end of the train set. Here comes the train by Cliffy Stone's orchestra with Bob. What else did I play? Well, when did that come out? What's the story on this thing? What's going on here? 1955 through Capitol Records. I played Anita Harris before that, Trains, Boats, and Planes from a 1965 Pie record single. That's bound to tug on the heartstrings of anybody who's ever been involved in a long-distance relationship. No comment on my part. Screaming Lord Sutch before that, The Train Kept A-Rollin' from an EP of the same name, put out in 1965 by CBS. Gene Norman, Long Gone Night Train from 1959 through Snag Records on a single. Plommons, a group from Sweden, an all-female group. Last Train to Liverpool from 1966 through the Odeon label. And then The Galaxies to Start, 615 from 1960, put out by Chess Records. I have so many songs to play that I don't think I have enough time to play them in. So I'm going to try and keep my yammering to a minimum and keep the music to maybe a maximum. We'll see. Next, I'm going to get to Eddie Lang. She's all mine. She's mine, all mine. Yeah, stand corrected. From a single put out in 1959 by Ron Records.
Make her wanna love all the time, and if I get you cool, get playing around.
Big hugs to my pals and roll trapper.
McDonald's is always fucking up my order, bro. I asked for Sprite and they gave me clown juice.
Had to get in that crier for the month's live stream. Just wouldn't be, oh man, without a good crier. Lloyd Price, Baby Don't Turn Your Back on Me, from a 1953 specialty single. Also played before that, Epanazar, Not Now, from their new album, Skin Hunger. And that was self-released on May 23rd. Actually, it's an EP. It officially states it's an EP on their Bandcamp page. They're based in Berlin. I don't think I know any of those folks, but I would definitely be interested to see them live. The record is worth a listen the whole way through. What else did I play? Roll Trappa with their something from their new EP. Whoa, what's going on here? Stop. Okay, fuck, I gotta fix that thing. I'm trying to do too many things here at once. Pardon me. Now you know what the next song is I'm going to play for you. Or at least you know what the introduction part of the very beginning will sound like. Anyway, so the new EP from Roll Trappa is called Es geht Bergab and is out on Urban Lurk. I played Might and Live, that was the song. Before that, from Argentina, I played something by Planes para una fuga, and my anglicized brain would pronounce it as impossible, but knowing that I just heard them say it in a different way, more like impossibly. And even though it's one word, I'm probably putting the wrong emphasis on the syllables. But anyway, that's out on their self-titled new record, EP. Yeah, it's an EP too. That came out on March 25th. And started with Eddie Lang, She's All Mine, from a Ron Records single in 1959. I still have a whole other set of songs to get through, so let me see. I'll try and play as many of these as I can and come back and announce them. So the next one is, this is really cool. This is out of Lithuania, out of Kaunas. And the band is called Masse, and then the release that this song is taken from is Masse plus Masse, and came out on May 9th. I don't know how to pronounce this. I can say labas in Lithuanian, and I can say ačiū, which is hello and thank you, respectively, and alus is beer. Yeah, I remember that stuff from when I lived in Lithuania. But this is the title of the song would be
El Narage,
and then it translates to
Dear Antlers.
Dear Antlers, as in antlers belonging to a deer, not like I'm writing a letter to Antlers and saying, Dear Antlers. So yeah, let's get to that right away.
grief caused by jealousy. Here lies love in a grief caused by jealousy. Hate was the pallbearer, and on a tombstone was written misery. It was a bad situation from the beginning to the end. It was a bad situation from the beginning to the end. Baby, you killed my love. Now the undertaker is your friend. Love is gone. I'm sad and I'm blue, but if the blues don't leave me, the undertaker will get me too. Here lies love in a grief caused by jealousy. Hate was the pallbearer, and on a tombstone was written misery.
It's a sick, sick, sick world, and it's waiting for you.
Keep reaching for the wrong, the wrong knob on the mixer. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, that was Rouge, Paint It Red, from the, as it's billed on Bandcamp, the Rouge self-titled LP at rouge.bandcamp.com, put out by Phantom Records. And they are also based in Berlin. I also don't believe I have met any of those folks. But we'd be happy to. We'd be happy to see them perform someday. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, it's interesting. It says, Tour with No Waves, get in touch. CZATSL, CRO, which I guess is Croatia, HUSRB. So I guess they're looking to do a little tour, maybe. Who knows? I don't know if I'm going to be around when they're looking to tour, but we'll see. I thought I disabled that. I specifically went in and turned it off, the auto advance thing, and I guess I turned it back on. Anyway. Yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, that was Rouge. Before that, the Rimfires with Ungawa, put out by their very own label, or I would assume it is, called Sounds of the Rimfire. So the band being called the Rimfires. I don't know what year that appeared. Mr. Undertaker before that, kind of a weird one. Here Lies My Love from 1955, released by Music City as a single. Cautious Hearts, another sort of shoegazy dream pop thing. I don't know if all of the shoegazy dream pop songs I played today kind of start off like that one, where it almost seems like it's in the middle of the song when you begin to play it, because I guess it has some song before it that kind of fades into it or whatever, or they're all sort of like loosely mixed into each other, the individual songs. So it isn't just my horrific cueing. I mean, it might be partially, but that has a little bit to do with it at least. So yeah, Cautious Hearts, Nightlight is the song I played, and it's from Element and Effect, which they put out just recently. They're based out of Michigan, and that was on April 28th that was released. What else? Oh yeah, Masse from Lithuania, with the name of the song I'm not going to pronounce correctly, Ilniragai. Yeah, Deer Antlers in English. So I got one more for you to end off the show. Been a lot of twists and turns, but somehow we got here. This is a very similar cover of a Johnny Cash song, Transfusion Blues, and I only realized it was a Johnny Cash song today when I was trying to find out where this came from. It's credited to J.C. Clay, and what I suspect is it was like intentionally similar to the Johnny Cash song in the hopes that people would just buy this sort of like a cash grab thing. It's like just a cheap knockoff, basically. But it's pretty good, you know. If I don't know if I like the Johnny Cash version more or not. Anyway, if I find out more about where this is from, I'll put it in the notes, but at least for now, I don't know anything other than the fact that I just found it on some compilation ages ago and then kept the file on my computer. So we'll end it with J.C. Clay, Transfusion Blues. I'll post the replay probably tomorrow. This being Sunday, I'll post it on Monday. What else? I think I told you the next Aw Man live stream is probably Saturday, June 29th, if there's nothing else going on. What else? I don't know. Thanks for listening, as I like to say at the end. There's probably some other stuff that I'll think about and remember as soon as I terminate the stream today, as is often the case. So let's move to J.C. Clay. How about that?
Early one morning I was making the rounds. I took a transfusion and I shut my woman down. I went right home and I went to bed. I placed that loving 44 beneath my head. Got up next morning and I grabbed that gun. I took a transfusion and I started to run. I made a good run, but I run too slow. They overtook me down in Juarez, Mexico. Laying in this hot joint, taking a pill, in walked a man from a Jericho hill. Said, Willie Lee, your name is not Jack Brown. Oh, you're the dirty hack that shot your woman down. Said, yes, oh, yes, my name is Willie Lee. If you've got a warrant, just read it to me. Shot her down because she made me so. I thought I was her daddy, but she had 5 more. When I was arrested, I was dressed in black. They put me on a train and they took me back. I had no friends for to go my bail. They slapped my dying carcass in that county jail. Into the courtroom my trial began, where I was mantled by 12 honest men. Just before the jury started out, I saw that little judge commence to look about. In about 5 minutes, in walked a man, holding the verdict in his right hand. The verdict read in the first degree. I hollered, Lordy, Lordy, have mercy on me. The judge, he smiled as he picked up his pen. Said 99 years in that San Quentin pen. 99 years underneath that ground. I can't forget the day I shot my woman down. Come on, you gotta listen unto me. Lay over that liquor and let those transfusions be.
Just look after yourself, as they always say, because no one else will.
Let us get the fuck out of here.
Be seeing you.
And you.